Welcome to another episode on our channel. Today we're doing two updates on two completely separate figures. Today we're starting out with Will Turner, portrayed by Orlando Bloom, in the franchise series Pirates of the Caribbean. I also have Jack Sparrow, portrayed by Johnny Depp, Elizabeth Swann, portrayed by Keira Knightley, Angelica Teach, portrayed by Penelope Cruz, of course, Will Turner, portrayed by Orlando Bloom. In addition, I do have Hector Barbosa, portrayed by Jeffrey Rush, but today it's going to be all about Will Turner. This particular figure has the most personal meaning for me, and I'll tell you the story and try not to be too long as I tell it. I saw this figure advertised on eBay from a gentleman in Spain who had a spotless record with quite a number of sales, and I thought I would purchase the figure. He had full disclosure on the figure. He said the cutlass was missing and a hand was missing, but he added a flintlock rifle, another flintlock pistol, and a hat, which Will Turner does not come with Hot Toys. And I said to myself, so I don't care if it doesn't have a cutlass and a hand. A hand, you can always get another hand. And eventually a cutlass will show up in time, or I was hoping anyway. And so I purchased it, and the guy immediately bought the shipping for it, sent it to the place where it needed to be processed to send to the United States. And I watched and I watched and I watched, and it never moved. And every so often I would check in with the tracking to see if it had moved, and it didn't move. And eventually I told the person I bought it from, it's not moving. And he was a little anxious about that, and he said he would check into it. He couldn't find any information, that sort of thing. And I told him, oftentimes if you do file for a refund because an item is lost, so it's not a refund directly from him, he did what he needed to do. He purchased shipping and he sent it in, and it was showing under the tracking system that it was being processed. It just never moved. I told him that if I filed to get my money back, chances are I would get my money back and he would not be out any money. And he said, I hope this works. And I said, I do too. And so I filed. And I was under every impression that it was going to work out. No one had let me know anything was amiss. And the judge came back that I was a day late in filing. No one had ever mentioned I was a day late, so there was no refund. And sadly, I amped him back and told him, hey, apparently I filed a day late and there's no refund. He said, no worries, I'll refund you back, which my jaw hit the ground. And he did. He followed through with that. He refunded me completely for my purchase. Even though he had sent it, he refunded me completely. And I thanked him profusely for doing that. And 3 weeks later, at the door, this showed up one day, and I went like, wow, this showed up, because I didn't really want the refund. I wanted the item I purchased, and I was a happy camper. I told him, I paid him. I said, thank you. I can't seem to find the stand. Do you happen to have the stand? And he said he'd look. Now, a lot of people say things like that, never do it. But he actually looked for it, and he found it, and he sent it to me. If you want someone honest to do business with in Spain, I'll leave his name under the eBay, forum up. I'll leave his name there so you can check him out if he has things that you want that he's offering, he is a top-notch seller on eBay. No wonder he has a 100% rating. So I have Will Turner with a flintlock rifle, a flintlock pistol, and this hat is to die for. This hat, I don't know who did the hat, but it's perfect. The one from Hot Toys doesn't have a hat, so this is extra. The browns, it's texturized in the hat, and it matches the brown jacket perfectly. There is this kind of plum or maroon ribbon in his hat, which matches his shirt perfectly. A fashion designer could pull this off. So whoever did this is really good. I am a happy camper. And eventually, I found a cutlass. It's made out of metal. It's perfect. So I have a complete Will Turner now with extra pieces that's one of a kind in my mind. And not only is this a fantastic figure, but this is probably my favorite figure of the lot, not just because of the extra pieces, but because of the story. The story is so touching to me that a gentleman from Spain would be everything he said he was. He was a man of his word. Anyway, we'll pause now and I'll get set up for the second modification. A while ago, you guys saw the 3 female Vikings that I had put together, and one that was more recently done. This was my first attempt at a female Viking, and she's mostly black, silver, and dark grays. I mean, there's nothing brown on her. She has blonde hair. The wolf I had her with, I wanted her to have a white wolf in the sense that she had a white Viking horn. And the wolf, though, came with a brown cover beneath the saddle, and it had brown leg warmers. And it just wasn't working for me, the color combination. So I changed the brown leg warmers to black. I put some faux fur underneath the saddle that's black. The blanket here is brown. The pouch is light tan. That's okay. Just some shades of brown, but not overly brown compared to what it was before. So I'm happy with this new look. You can see the leg warmers maybe a bit better this way, and the blanket underneath the saddle and so forth. I just think he looks more adorable this way, especially when you have a front view of this particular guy. Anyway, so this is the modification that I made to this particular figure. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.